For quiz 7, again under linear functions and relations, here find the midpoint of segment with endpoints at, oh, easy. So here we have a line, we have two endpoints, -3, 8, and the other one is 1, 7. But here we have to find the midpoint, which is the middle point between the two endpoints. Now I remember the formula is x1 plus x2 divided by 2. We're solving for x. And then the second one is y1 plus y2 divided by 2. We're solving for y. So let's solve for x. Your x1 is -3. Your x2 is 1. Negative plus 1 is -2 over 2. That should give us -1. Your y1 is 8. 7 over 2, which is 8 plus 7 is 15 over 2, or 7.5, if you want to simplify that. Okay? Point K. Point K is the midpoint. Okay, I'm going to write K here, and then -3, -4. Point K is a midpoint between T and P. The question is, what are the coordinates of point P? Let me put that properly up there. What are the coordinates of point P? Okay. Now again, using the same formula, do we have x1? Yes, we do have x1, which is 2. Now the problem is, do we have x2? Nope, we don't have, that's not what we're solving. So equals, okay, well we have over 2 because that's part of the formula. Okay, equals, but wait, the midpoint is given, so which is -3. So making it over 1, we can cross multiply. 2 plus x equals -6. Move that 2 over, becomes -2. X equals -8. But to solve for y, do we have y1? Yes, we do. But do we have y2? No. Over 2, according to the formula, make it over 2, equals, but wait, we have the midpoint given, so we can definitely use that to solve for the y of this second endpoint. Cross multiply, 9 plus y1 equals, I'm sorry, y2 equals 2 times -5 is -10. Move that 9 over, becomes -9. Y is equal to -19. So therefore, your final answer is going to be -8 minus 19. That's going to be the other endpoint. Okay, here, this problem is really interesting, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have a problem at least one on your EOC similar to this one. So here we go. Point P is the midpoint. I get it. Point P is the midpoint, which is -5, 2. And between 9 and F. So I assume this is A, which is 9, 8. And then there's going to be the F. What is the equation of the line that is perpendicular to AF passing? This is your AF. What is the equation of the line passing through point? So there's a line here that is perpendicular and crossing that point F. What would be the equation of that? So that means we need to find y equals sum. Y equals, and then y equals sum equals p. That's going to be the equation of this one in that form. Okay, but the problem is, how are we going to solve this if you don't have that point? So we just learned it from the previous example that to find the endpoint, we just have to use x1 plus x2 over 2, and then y1 plus y2 over 2. Let's do it. Do we have x1? Yes, 9. Do we have x2? No, that's the one we're solving. Over 2 equals, do we have the point, the midpoint? Yes, we do, which is -5. So that's why we just have to cross multiply. 9 plus x2 equals 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. But again, we have to move that 19 over, becomes minus 9. Sorry, it's 9. x2 equals negative 19. And find the y. y1 is 8 plus y2. No, we don't have y2. We're sorry for that. Equals, but we have a midpoint of 2. Make it over 1, cross multiply 8 plus y2 equals 2 times 2 is 4. Move that over, becomes minus 8, and now you have y2 equals negative 8. I'm sorry, negative 4. Okay, now we just solved that this is negative 19, and the other one is negative 4. Whew. That's a lot of work, but we're not done yet. We are not done yet. Now the reason why we're not done with that yet is because we need the equation. Here we go again. What equation was that? Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x2. I'm sorry, x1. Okay, let's use the first point. Here we got negative 19, for y negative 4, y minus negative 4 is plus 4. Slope, oh no, we gotta find the slope. That's another piece of work here. Plus 19. It's a lot of work. So let's go ahead and find the slope. Let's use these two. Guys, if you want to use these two, or the other two, that's fine. You're going to get the same exact slope. So I'll go ahead and use the blue ones, which is negative 5 minus 8, negative 2. Sorry, we're looking at the slopes, so that would be 2 minus 8 over negative 5 minus 9. This would be negative 6. This would be negative 14. Or negative divided by negative is positive 3 over 7. Now you have 3 over 7. 3 over 7. Now you have 3 over 7. Oh, wait. This slope of this is 3 over 7, but because this line is perpendicular, we have to flip it. So it's negative 7 over 3. We have to flip it and then change the sign to negative. So negatives, I'm glad that word, I caught that word because I was close to giving the wrong word. So now you can just go ahead and distribute and solve for y. So y plus 4 equals negative 7 over 3x. Distribute, and then we need a calculator for negative 7 over 3 times 19, because that's negative 7 over 3 times 19. Math, enter. Negative 133 over 3. But wait, that plus 4 becomes minus 4 over. Just to make sure that y is alone, so negative 7 over 3x. And then calculator, subtract that, negative 133 over 5, subtract by, over 3, subtract by 4. And then math. Negative 145 over 3 is the final answer. And that is going to be the equation of the line that is perpendicular to that first line. Okay. Try this one. Let's try the last one. Here we go. Point L and N are the endpoints. So here, negative 4 and 3. And then the other one is 5, negative 5. These are the midpoints. But the point M is the midpoint. Okay, that's cool. That's the midpoint. But what's the equation of a line that is perpendicular to LN? This is LN. But what's the equation of the line if the vertical line is passing this? So what is the equation of that line? Again, since we're asked for the equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, we don't have the number to plug in here just because we don't have the midpoint, so why don't we just Just go ahead and solve for the midpoint. The midpoint is -4 plus 5 is 1 divided by 2, that would be 0.5. 0.5. 2 plus -5 is -2 divided, so that would be -1. So here we have y plus 1 equals, we're going to find the slope of this line, and then minus 0.5. Find the slope. So to find the slope, we have, let me use this part. To find the slope, it should be -5 minus 3 over 5 minus -4. -8 over 9. But because the line is perpendicular, you just have to flip it to 9 over 8. Now you have 9 over 8. Then you can go ahead, that's not the final answer yet, but you can go ahead and start distributing 9 over 8 to x to -0.5, and then move 1 over becomes negative, and get the final equation of that graph that is perpendicular to line L and